Hello gamers and welcome back to Coolest Gamers Let's Play of Assassin's Creed Origins, Part 91. Where I do something you've seen me do dozens of times before. I'm not saying that this is worth watching, just that it's my persistent task to prove that I can literally endure anything. For instance, if someone were to recommend a game to me that I was interested in playing and then I started uploading videos and then halfway through it I realized I hated it, I'd probably still have to finish it. So this is really just grinding that nerve down until it doesn't exist anymore. Let's go to the Crocodilopolis Arena! Sure! I'm about half of the way through The Punisher on Netflix right now, and it is just incredible. I don't understand how the critics on Rotten Tomatoes give it a 61% aggregate score and the audience gives it a 94% aggregate score. And the critics' main complaints are it's too long of a season and the plot is pedestrian and tangential to the Marvel Universe, which I don't understand how someone could misinterpret the Punisher so badly that they don't realize that it's a revenge story about an anti-hero. And that of course would probably not have to do with, you know, all the big heroes doing big things all over the world. Since it's all about Frank Castle and no one else. I think they're just comparing it with other Marvel releases, which isn't fair, because they're not interpreting comic book franchises as comic book franchises so much as they are interpreting them as like big productions in relation to one another. So anytime something that's kind of new comes along, like The Punisher, which I think is new, I think it's got a different vibe, they don't understand it in relation to the other Marvel universes. And that was my blissful minute of discussion and thoughts about something that doesn't have to do with this game. Back to the lackadaisical commentary you guys have come to know and hate, I'm sure. Very self-conscious of the way that this is going. Not to get all cringy on you, but I don't know. Like, this is probably going to be something I end up deleting somewhere down the line. I'll get my HDD and it'll just go into the annals of failedom and never see the light of day again. My 180-part review of the very flawed return to the gaming world that Ubisoft is presenting with this prequel POS. I never quite understood. I feel like it's sort of following a formula when a franchise will be cranking out games in a sequel pattern, and then it'll suddenly decide to do a prequel, like it has to do a prequel, Like, that's the natural next step, is to fill in backstory for what we already know. And I mean, in some cases it's really worth it, but in a lot of cases I really enjoy where the story is going. And I mean, I didn't like how Assassin's Creed 3 ended, but nonetheless, if they had made a modern day Assassin's Creed game, like one where it takes place in the modern day, and then, like, you know, the person using the Animus is from, like, the far future or something, that would be really cool. Because I would love to see Assassin's Creed in a modern setting. Like, the levels, the actual assassinations, not just, like, the sideshowy type stuff that they had in 3. That they've had in all the games, but it's always just been sort of, like, walking cutscenes before. I'd like them to actually make a main game based around the modern day. That would be really cool. But you'd have to deal with enemies that have guns, you know? And, like, you could even use guns. Like, sky's the limit, man. It could be really awesome. While still holding all the trademarks of the series without seeming too much like a Watch Dogs clone or something. I don't know, it could work.
Wait a second. There you are. You are dead.
I'm not dead. I'm very much alive. Oh yeah, so this flight of videos today will demonstrate to you just how ridiculously easy it is over time to clear out zones that are well above your level. I eventually get back in stealth, but this is the average thing you do when you're running from a bunch of guards that are stronger than you, is you just get on the roofs and then jump away. Back at it. I actually have to do, I think, a main quest in this level later on. Or a side quest, I don't remember which. It all kind of just melts in together.
There you are.
I find that the warrior bows you don't end up using as often as you'd think, and not for the reasons you would think. Like, you think you deal with larger groups, but the accuracy of it is so scattershot that when you're dealing with groups, oftentimes you'll only end up hitting one anyways. What the warrior bow is really good for is basically to treat it like a shotgun and use it at close range. Because if all the arrows hit a single opponent, it will devastate them. It also has really great stopping power.
Time to die.
But I'm not fond of the warrior bow. It doesn't feel right. I don't use it very often. I like using the predator bows, and the hunter bow is usually the combo I rock. I'm more into that precision gameplay. Oof, whiff. See, I just cheesed the hell out of this area, as you shall see coming up. I just abuse the shit out of the terrible AI system.
Something seems off here.
Let's avenge B-Ran 407. Commendations from the Nobel chip file. It is with supreme satisfaction that I refer to my collaborator. Is it supposed to make me feel like there's more authentic world building, that they have these notes sitting around which have names of characters I haven't even seen and probably never will see? I suppose if the game was really good, then it would serve that effect, but it's like trying to add sugar to a cake made out of shit. You know, it's just like, yeah, I could see how that's a nice thing, but at this point I don't care anymore. I don't want to eat this cake anymore. I always wondered, in that video where iDubbbz takes his shit and then puts it inside of a corn dog, and then he shows himself taking a bite, did he really eat his own shit? And then also, when H3H3 took a shit and like licked it a little bit, was he really tasting his own shit? Can't believe that people on YouTube have the balls to do that. I'm just uploading a sort of tepid maiden voyage let's play. I'm nowhere even near the level of eating my own shit. Or anyone else's shit for that matter. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to get face cam and start eating plates of my own shit on camera. Because at this point, you know, I'll do anything. Hell, I'll take it one further. I'll edit my videos in the next Let's Play. And I'll get a better mic. That's right, I'm a madman. I don't think I saw that guy's loot. The loot system in this game is bogus, man. Because, like, you can get an ability called Assassination Loot, which auto-loots every enemy when you assassinate them with the Hidden Blade, I think. Which is nice, but it actually is sort of unintentionally funny, because I think the only reason you'd end up wasting ability points on that is because a lot of times when you kill an enemy, their loot doesn't drop for several seconds after they die. So, I don't know. I would really hope that wasn't an intended feature where they were like, oh, people will have to be patient for their loot unless they want to get the assassination loot. I don't think so. I don't think there'd be much of a reason for that. I mean, you don't even have to pay money for it, so why would they try to manipulate us like that? The best you could say is for the sake of just really arbitrary difficulty. Filler for their ability trees.
Hey now. There's little more killing you wretches. Death for you.
I ain't getting killed by nothing. Shit gets really janky in the next episode. At least I think. Keep watching. Keep watching. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't expect anyone to find this entertaining. See you guys next time.